If you are no longer a beginner and you still program like this or this in any IDE like STM32, NXP, or even Arduino, I'm sorry, but your code is disgusting. I've seen thousands of videos where all the logic is crammed inside the main.c, and I'm done with it. People need to have some standards. And you know what? Thinking about it, if you're still a beginner, you have to learn C programming. I'm sorry, there's no alternative here. Make mistakes and learn, but stop programming like this garbage. And don't get me wrong, but I was there too, until I realized how much better my code was when I started implementing drivers. Too many of them, actually. So, let me explain. You have to separate your code into a .h and a .c file. Why? Think of your code like a restaurant. Your main.c is what the customer actually sees, and they want to see mouth-watering dishes because you have to make the customers happy. Remember, a happy customer means more money for the business. Look at that chubby boy right there. Anyways, when you dump everything into main.c, you're basically dragging the entire kitchen out into the dining area and cooking next to the customers. It's chaos, it's loud and extremely ugly, and nobody understands what's going on. Drivers fix this problem. Think of the header file as the menu, and the source file is the kitchen. All the hardware specific work stays hidden from the customer. But let's see an example. This is your header file. See how all the functions are defined here? It's like choosing a dish from the menu. You can see by the name of each function what does it do. The prefix LED underscore is the object you are working with, and everything after the underscore is the action you can perform on that object. Your application, meaning your main.c, should only order from the menu. Also, we can have different menus for different things like buttons, sensors, or whatever you need for your application. But wait, where's all the logic? How does the function knows what to do? That's what the source file is for. The source file is the ugly kitchen. All the low-level details, all the ifs, how to turn on an LED, and all the code that you don't want to see every time you open main.c, here is where it goes. So by now you might be asking yourself, okay, but this is more work. Why do I even have to do this? Okay, let me show you why. Scaling. Imagine controlling 30 LEDs, 10 buttons, timers, UART, I2C, sensors, all of that inside a single main.c. Now, look at me and tell me that isn't hell. This is what happens. Your main.c becomes huge, logic is mixed with hardware details, and nobody, including your future you, understands what's going on. So this is exactly how your projects will die. It's unmaintainable and it does not scale. Now look at this main.c with drivers. The main.c is short, the logic is readable, you can actually understand what the application does. Instead of fighting with hardware details, your main.c tells a story. And here's the cool part. Once you have drivers, you can go even further. You can keep the logic between drivers inside a wrapper layer. So your main.c becomes even cleaner. At that point, main.c doesn't talk directly to every driver. Drivers also give you something extremely powerful. Portability. Let's say today you're using a STM32 microcontroller, but your client says, no, I want a Texas Instrument microcontroller. Well, guess what? Your main.c stays the same. Your menu stays the same. You only have to change the kitchen. You don't rewrite your whole application. You just change how to turn on an LED, how to read a button, and how to access a peripheral for only that specific microcontroller. This just feels like magic. Same menu, different kitchen. That's why drivers exist. They let your application scale, survive hardware changes, and stay readable instead of turning into a disgusting mess inside your main.c. Oh my god.